So here we are looking at the monthly stats for the month of August, because if you're thinking of moving to this little place here called Halifax, Nova Scotia, or Dartmouth, Fall River, Bedford, Hammonds Plains, Upper Tantallon, all of that stuff, then you're in the right place, because we're going to give you the lowdown on what happened in August so that you're aware of the market. Hey everyone, it's Richard Payne here from Halifax Homes and Lifestyles in eXp Realty, right here in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Well, not actually right here. This is Fall River, Nova Scotia, where I actually live. And we've got some decent weather, so like, why not sit outside, enjoy some of the sunshine so that we can give you all of the details about what's going on in the Halifax market, because we're in September, August just happened. In theory, we should be in that fall market. So we should know, like, are we going to carry on into the fall? Is the winter going to be as good as it was last year? Like, what's really going to happen? Now, if you're in the situation where you're moving, where you're either selling the house and it's time to find a different one, whether you're moving here from Ontario, BC, Alberta, we've got all the details. So two things. Number one, subscribe to the channel, because that's going to basically allow you to increase the user stats, and we're going to get all sorts of YouTube search goodness going on. But the main thing is, by subscribing, you're going to do the second thing and hit the bell, because you're going to find out every video that we actually publish. As soon as it goes live, you'll get the notification. You're not going to miss out on anything that we got coming up. So that's the biggest reasons that you want to subscribe and hit the bell, because it's just a nice thing to do and you're going to get all the information. Tune into all the videos as well and find out what's going on. But here's the biggest thing. We're going to start off with the number one thing that changed from July into August, and that was average price point. So just having a quick look at the numbers to get it right, we're now at $478,279. That's the first time in 14 months that the average price did not go up. It actually dropped. So it went down by 4% from July, but we're still 13% on last year. So last year was still a really good year in 2020, and it's carried on all the way through 2021, as you know. So now it's the first time it's actually dropped. So the first question everybody's going to ask is, okay, price dropped. Oh my God, what's happening? Has the Halifax got a bubble? Are we at the peak of the market? Are we going to start declining? All of these wonderful questions are going to come up. And the short answer is no. What happened this month is we had about 4 or 5 lower priced market areas that actually did a really, really good job of selling a lot of properties. So when that happens, instead of it being like the Bedford, the Fall Rivers, the Hammonds Plains, the South End, Halifax, all the areas that are traditionally over the $511,000 average price point that we used to have last month, because those areas that are lower price started selling more units, more volume of houses was selling, it's going to bring that average price point down. But it's not really like a big stress or anything to worry about, because every other single indicator we've got is that it's still a market that's on fire. So let's have a look at the number of houses sold. 527 houses sold. We had active 428 homes sold. That gives us a 0.8 months of inventory. Not a huge amount. Now, the biggest thing with the 527 homes is last year we actually sold 714 homes in August. So we're down 26% on the volume of homes sold from last year to this year in the same month. Anything to worry about? No, there's just not a lot of homes for sale. So if there's not a lot of homes for sale, we can't sell 714 homes. Right now we have 428 homes active in the whole of HRM. So you kind of look at the amount of inventory that was coming onto the market, you look at what we sold on the other side, and yeah, selling 527 homes, that puts us as a sales to new listing ratio of roughly 97%. So we more or less listed 500 homes, we sold 500 homes. So we didn't really change any of the inventory, and that's really what shows up there. Now, days on market, 15 days, just over 2 weeks to basically sell your house. Last year, that was 34 days on market. So you get a feeling as like how quick we've decreased those days on market, which really shows that yes, we are still selling like basically a lot of houses. Now, let's have a look at the sale to listing price. 478,000, as you know, is actually our sold price. 443 was the average listing price. That gives us a $35,000 over asking price on average in all the markets, 7.9%. Now let's look at last month. That was actually $43,500 last month. So again, it tells you that we've done a couple of things. We've sold a lot of houses in lower price markets, that's number one. But number two, we're actually not going as much over asking price for the properties that have sold. And that again comes down to the fact that we're selling in a lower price market. Because if you're buying a $300,000 home, well, he says, chances are you're not going to pay $450,000 for it. So the amount of dollars over asking price in lower price markets, you know, you could pay $40,000, $50,000 over asking price, whereas comparatively on a $300,000 house, if you paid $150,000, that's like going 50% over asking price. On a $700,000 home, it's not 50% over asking price, but yes, it's still a good chunk of money. 150 over asking price is not any small number. So that's what we're seeing from this month compared to July, is the average over asking price dropped by, what's that, about $8,500. So we're down at only $35,000 over asking. 107.9, 108% sale to listing price is what that equates to. Last year, same month last year, August last year, that was only 100%. Last month it was actually 109%, so we've dropped down a little bit, and that's what we're really looking for. But now we get into the actual market. So number one top selling market was Sackville. 53 homes were sold. There's only 6 homes active in Lower Sackville. That's 0.1 of a month of inventory. 11 days on market, average selling price there, $370,000, 15% over asking price. Coming in at number 2 though, we're up in the East Hants, Colchester County area, which is kind of like Enfield, Elmsdale, kind of all in that northern part just to the airport. So what that means there is that we sold 46 houses, 66 are active, 1.4 months of inventory. So that's actually one of the, like looking down here, yeah, there's only like 3 markets that are over 1 month of inventory. So that's a pretty good number. Then when we look at the average selling price, $392,000 average selling price there, 6% over asking, 13 days on market. So again, it's a lower price market, it's selling more volume, the average is going to come down. Then we look at the final one, position number 3 is Upper Tantallon, Timberley, St. Margaret's Bay area. They sold 43 homes, 44 active. 43 divided by 44 is more or less 1, so that's 1 month of inventory. $489,000 there, 10 days on market, and only 8.5% over asking price. So you can see when we looked at the top 3, we're talking 15% for Sackville, but then it's 6% for East Hants, Colchester County, and 8.5% over asking price. So you can see it's dragging everything down a little bit. So it's not a question that we need to worry about any of these numbers. It's just we've sold more in lower price markets. Therefore, the overall average has come down. But it is the first sign, the first time in 16 months that the average price has actually come down. It's just all the other numbers are still staying really solid and showing still a really, really strong seller's market. Now, if you have any questions on anything, the details are all popping up all over the place, as well as videos probably up here and over there to actually watch. So you can get hold of me, ask any questions you want, because we need to just take care of you, make sure that you're making the right decisions, find the right area, then find the right house, then find the right budget, and that's how we get you into the best house possible. And the same thing again goes for when you're looking at selling houses. We just want to get the best possible price in this market because it's a really strong seller's market.